evening here as Jermain Taylor has turned professional now from the Olympics, looking for his second professional victory, takes on Kenny Stubbs in a 4-round affair. He's the pride of Nassau in the Bahamas. For Stubbs, it's kind of like Bobby Varladez in the last fight as you take a look at the tail of the tape. For the countries that take it in centimeters, that's exactly what it looks like in the metric system. And I can tell you that the height is exactly the same at 6'1", the weight exactly the same at 159.5. Jermain Taylor is only 21 years old, 11 years younger than the 32-year-old Kenny Stubbs. Taylor has a 3-inch shorter reach at 78 inches to 81 inches. We'll take a look at the unified rules of boxing. And this is how this will be contested. It will be, as I said, the unified rules of boxing. It'll be the 10-point must scoring system. The 3 knockdown rule will not be in effect. There's no standing 8 count. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and only the referee can stop the fight. And in case of an accidental foul, we go to the scorecards after the 4th round. Kenny Stubbs, an interesting character of sorts. Crowd enjoying it here. There's all kinds of celebrities here to see Prince Nassim Hamed in action. And of course, you're part of the world audience around the world. Kenny Stubbs from Nassau. He's managed by Kenny Barrett. Ray Minas is his trainer. Jimmy Glenn will be working with him. Most of his fights have been in the Bahamas. When we take a look at the ring record of Kenny Stubbs, we can tell you that he's had a difficult time his last couple of times out. He was knocked out in the 3rd round by Jeffrey Hill in Fort Lauderdale his last fight. And prior to that, Prescott Gray in the Bahamas, it took him 6 rounds and he lost the decision there. But prior to that, he won 3 fights in a row. He beat Todd Collins in Nassau, Salvin Plowright in Nassau, and in April of last year, Tom Bentley. All those fights are in Nassau. So he's successful when he fights in Nassau. He had 1 loss outside of Nassau in the Cayman Islands back in September of '98. He also lost in a couple of fights in Florida. So this guy, Jermain Taylor, is interesting. Bronze medalist in the light middleweight division at the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney. His pro career was kicked off at Madison Square Garden in January as part of the DeBella Entertainment Night of the Olympians. He faced a very experienced fighter in Chris Walsh, who had a record of 17-5 with 6 knockouts, and he really kind of showed poise in that fight, winning by way of a TKO. But one of the notes on this guy is that he loves country music. Now that's unusual for a fighter. No rap for this guy. He's a country music fan. Well, he hails from Arkansas. Country music is popular in Arkansas. Outside the ring, he's a nice kid. His nickname is Bad Intentions, but he has a real pursuit for fun. He enjoys everything in life. He's really a pretty nice kid. Jermain Taylor. Looked a bit inexperienced in his first pro fight, but he was fighting a very experienced guy. Obviously, he can punch. There's no question about that. 2 national Golden Glove titles. Well over 100 amateur fights. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, we go to a special 4-round bout. This is in the middleweight division. The 3 judges assigned to ringside scoring this bout will be Al Lefkowitz, Art Lurie, and Glenn Trowbridge. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Toby Gibson. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with red and weighing in at 159.5 pounds. His professional record, 9 victories, including 7 KOs. He has 4 defeats, and he comes to us from Nassau in the Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kenny Jacob Outlaw Stubbs. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trimmed with white, and weighing in also at 159 and 1/2 pounds. He comes to us from the United States Olympic team, and tonight marks his second professional bout. He's undefeated at 1-0. That was by knockout victory. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Little Rock, Arkansas, Jermain Taylor.
Take the jacket off. Corner, you want to take the jacket off? Come on, corner. Okay, gentlemen, I'm letting both corners know I'm considering this a legal blow since the trunks are high. I've given your instructions prior to this fight in your respective dressing rooms. Any questions from the blue corner? Any questions from the red corner? Gentlemen, give me a clean fight. Watch your heads. Good luck to both of you.
All right, so we're all set to go here in this scheduled 4-round affair in the middleweight division. Jermain Taylor in the red trunks. Little lack of professionalism from the amateur fighter at the weigh-in. He refused to cooperate with the guys that wanted to get his reach, like he was trying to hide something. We looked it up, of course. The Greek Mike Randolph found out in the Olympics he had a 78-inch reach, so there's nothing to hide. Then he wouldn't take his jacket off when he came to the center of the ring, and kind of a smirky look in his face. But hey, you got to have a bit of an attitude, I guess, if you're going to be a fighter. And now Toby Gibson has called timeout here.
Which corner? Which gives you a corner?
Okay, let's go over to get that tape up.
And there's tape on the glove.
Gentlemen, the fight hasn't even started.
That the tape is coming up on the left glove.
I want tape over it.
But Kenny Stubbs, his corner, he's got Kenny Barrett there, and his trainers Ray Minus, Jimmy Glenn also in that corner. And he says, "You want me to tear this off?" And Toby Gibson says, "No, I want tape over it. I want this thing nailed down. This fight hasn't even started yet, and the tape is lifting already."
Give it a couple good wraps. We just started the fight.
And now they're wrapping the other one up. I was talking about some of the lack of professionalism for the great amateur fighter, Jermain Taylor, and all of a sudden it's Kenny Stubbs with a little lack of professionalism. So, hey, the young fighters, let's see. By the way, Taylor, huge amount of amateur fights, something approaching 200 amateur fights, very quick hands. Looks like a young Marvin Hagler, with the exception of the fact that he's a right-handed fighter as opposed to Hagler being a southpaw, but he's very, very quick. Standing right in front of him is Stubbs, and if he stands there, he's probably going to get knocked out because this guy has got some considerable power. And down he goes. They can't stand right in front of a guy that can throw power shots. Counts up to 5 and 6. His eyes appear to be clear. It's at 7 and 8. And he stands up at 9 finally. All right, so a nice quick start here in the first minute of play for Jermain Taylor. Taylor wants to land the big right hand. Finish this thing. There it is, right crashing to the upper left cheek. Straight left hand in the face again of Stubbs. Stubbs standing right in front of him. What a mistake this is. He bounces right in front of him, doesn't try to go side to side, reaches with the left hand. Throws it with bad intentions if he wants to land it. Right now he's just positioning himself to throw the right hand. And right in front of him is Stubbs. Stubbs paws with his left, and that's a mistake with a power puncher like Taylor. There's the right hand by Taylor again. Left hook, almost dropped him that time. Some considerable power with that left hook. Taylor really sitting down on his punches too. He's got everything going for him. Now he ties up inside so that Stubbs can't do any damage to him at all. Stubbs' legs look a little loose in the knees already. He's been down and down pretty hard. Cracked for the left hook again to the right side of the temporal bone of Stubbs. There's a real good jab that time in the face of Stubbs. And when Taylor doesn't position himself with the left hand and throws the left hand with the bad intentions, he's very good left jab. And a lot of times he paws with it. Now again, you see the referee Tony Gibson says, "Hey, Toby," says, "I'm not going to allow you to tap the guy as you're backing out. When I separate you, you separate clean." Digging body shot, left hook upstairs, and Stubbs may be ready to go again with about 25 seconds to go in this first round of this scheduled 4-round affair. Up on his toes is Taylor. Bouncing right in front of him is Stubbs, and Stubbs showing a considerable lack of power and a lack of really definitiveness in throwing that left hand. He just paused with it. Where Taylor's getting his through, lands the left hand, wow, with the left hook that time. Landing nothing in Stubbs in round 1 is history. That's a good first round for Taylor.
This ain't gonna go the distance. Breathe and relax, son. Breathe and relax. Hell of a job. Hell of a job, son. Real nice job. Breathe and relax. Hold your feel. You're doing a hell of a job. How you feel? You look great. Feel good? Nice and deep breath. Okay, let's talk about what worked.
It's too low. Okay? You're warm now. How you feel? Keep your hands high. Go behind a double jab, then drop the right hand. You're overreaching with this right hand. You're overreaching.
Yeah, he's right there. He is reaching with the right hand, but he's not in their position. Watch this knockdown. Nice left hook. Right on the jaw. Just below the ear, and down he goes. Nice left hook. And that one hurt him pretty good. Watch this. Boom, right there. Left hook. Again, backs him off. Now that left hook has been successful. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Bob Sheridan. Hope you're enjoying wherever you're watching around the world. We're live at the MGM Grand Garden Arena as that left hand snaps the head back of Taylor. Taylor in the black trunks right in front of the Olympic champ. This guy won tremendous amounts of amateur titles and now 1-0 as a professional, looking to knock this man out. Is Jermain Taylor. Taylor in the red trunks. All kinds of confidence. Nice combination. Straight left hand with the right hand behind it. And Stubbs has the hang on. His legs are very loose on the knees again. I mean, this guy's ready to go again. As he banged the left hand up to this time the left temporal bone. And you see what I mean about the knees of this guy? Digging body shot by Taylor. Taylor has just full confidence. He wants to load up the right hand and the left hook again and try and drop this guy. The left hook on top of the head that time. Digging body shot. He hurt him with a body shot that time. You know something? He may not be able to recover from this. He's sitting up. He looks like he'd be able to get up, but that hurt him. Counts up to 6 and 7 and 8. And finally, he takes that standing 8 count, walks towards referee Toby Gibson, and that hurt him. He landed that shot right on top of him. Legs are really, really rubbery in the knees and have been from the very early going here in round number 2. You see the time remaining coming up to the midway point in round 2, and it's been all Jermain Taylor. Taylor looks very good against this guy. And in all fairness, Kenny Stubbs is more of a club fighter class, a guy very successful in the Bahamas, but hasn't been successful when he's come outside his home country to fight. Unlike guys like Gomeo Brennan, Yama Bahama, big right hand, drops him again. That's the second time he's been down in this round. He was down once in the first round. It's up to 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So he was hit up underneath the heart and then a crashing blow to the head. And Jermain is having things pretty much his way. Remember, there's no 3 knockdown rule. They're fighting under the unified rules, but if he goes down again, the referee may stop it anyway because it's becoming kind of academic that this guy is just not in the class. He backs him off again, crashes the right hand to the head, and now showing a little bit of courage. And now they've come up in the corner of Kenny Stubbs and they're stopping the fight. The corner, you can't throw the towel in, but what you can do is give the towel to a ringside official, and he will walk up and stop the fight. And that's exactly what happened. They didn't want Stubbs to take any more punishment. And you want to know something? I give his manager Kenny Barrett and Ray Minus and Jimmy Glenn, the guys who work with Stubbs, credit, because it was evident that nothing was going to happen, and it was a good stoppage. It was stopped by the corner. The official from the Nevada State Athletic Commission took the towel, walked up, and waved it then at the referee Toby Gibson, and Gibson did as the corner wanted and stopped the fight. So a good stoppage because Taylor just totally outclassed this guy. He had him down 3 times, and it wasn't going to go any other way. Watch this. This is the first knockdown in the second round. A combination of punches. Stubbs was down once in the first round and twice here in the second round. And this is the second knockdown here in the second round as he's banged with a left hook and then a right hand on top of the jaw. straight left hand and right hand. You just don't throw a better combination than that. The legs collapse from underneath him. Look at this. Boom, boom. Back, and his legs very, very rubbery here. And this is just before the stoppage. And it's very clear. And you'll see now, you see that towel waving? At that stage, the fight's over. And that, again, is not his corner man. That's an inspector from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. And his corner knew exactly what to do. If you throw a towel in, it doesn't mean anything. But the most important thing is, if you're a Jermain Taylor fan, what was the name? Mike Buffer.
After being told that the blue corner, his fighter no longer wanted to continue, referee Toby Gibson had to call a halt to the bout. The official time, 2 minutes 28 seconds of round number 2. The winner by TKO victory, now 2-0, 2 KOs. He's the pride of Little Rock, Arkansas, Jermain Taylor.
Well, Jermain looks like a middleweight you're going to see more of. He's 2-0 as a professional with 2 straight knockouts. You can't ask any more than that of a youngster that's turning pro. So at 21 years old, after a tremendous victory, at least winning the bronze medal in the light middleweight division at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, and countless numbers of amateur victories and nearly 200 amateur fights. He's had a second knockout victory in his second professional fight, and that's all you can ask of Jermain Taylor. This is the scene here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. For Kenny Stubbs, as we said, kind of an opponent, sort of a fighter, getting the opportunity to fight in Las Vegas. And that in itself is a big thrill for a kid from the Bahamas. The Bahamas have turned out some great fighters over the years. I remember a guy about 20 years ago, world champ named Elijah Obed, a great light heavyweight, and Gomeo Brennan. Some terrific fighters did come out of the Bahamas. And then, of course, many years ago, you might remember the name Yama Bahama. All terrific.